We have pretty much already started the biggest shopping season of the year. I find it weird when people say Christmas in July as a way to reference the fact that, hey, let's have some sales and stuff like that. When, in honest, if you work on some Christmas designs in July, you might even sell them in August because people buy for this holiday season so much in advance that it's insane. And I feel like a lot of people sort of go lost when it comes to the fourth quarter of a year. We have all these holidays, Halloween, we have the Jewish holidays, like 4 of them. We also have Christmas, we also have the New Year's. What does that mean for Valentine's? When do I need to start designing for that? We have so many different things that we need to think about and design for, and I felt like it would be really nice to put it all in one video. I highly recommend taking a piece of paper and a pen or your notebook to write things down. I know that it really helps me out, whether I'm writing scripts for videos and trying to not forget anything, or even when I'm doing my own calendar. When do I need to design certain things? What do I need to do in certain weeks or certain days? And that really helps me out. So if you have a planner, go ahead, write it down in a notebook, in a paper. And I'm super excited for this. It's also going to be pretty much the first time that I'm going to be talking about Jewish holidays. And as much as I'm going to try and make this video all-inclusive for the holidays of Q4 and the designs you'll need to make on Q4, even for Q1 of 2023, there will also be several other videos in this channel that will reference the holiday season, whether it's Hanukkah, Christmas, Thanksgiving, or whatnot. And I'm super excited to get started. We have a lot to cover. I hope that my voice is not going to die in the middle, but you know what? Let's just get started. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mero and I teach creative people how to sell their art online. And today we're all about print on demand for Q4. Yes, we're in the last month of Q3, which was July, August, and September, and Q4 starts in October, November, and December to wrap up the year. However, some of you have already started seeing sales, whether it's for Halloween items or even for Christmas. I know I'm selling a bunch of Christmas stuff on TeePublic, and I don't really have a lot of Christmas stuff on TeePublic, so that's kind of funny. We already had 2 Halloween videos in this channel. Halloween Part 1, which showed off the Halloween bundle box, which is still available for purchase, as well as some cool tutorials and tricks with Halloween patterns for different platforms like ZAZZLE, Printful, and even TeePublic. We also had Halloween Part 2 come up, well, yesterday and the day before that shows how to design really cool Halloween t-shirts for, well, Halloween using Kittle, and I uploaded them onto TeePublic. That video went live 2 days ago. However, it included a Kittle discount that had some bugs in it, so I took the video down and it's back up now, and you can enjoy a free month for Kittle's Pro plan with code MAYARROYO at checkout. The code is valid for the next 30 days, so you might want to speed things up. And I spoke a bit more on that on the video that was yesterday and the day before that, and I will leave a link to both Halloween videos down below. We also already had the Christmas bundle box with a bunch of graphics and seamless patterns for Christmas, and it's still available for sale on maytribe.com. However, what I want to do with you guys today is to sort of sum things up, to make them a bit more organized. And that will include several sections or steps. The first one will be, what holidays do we have on Q4? And I'm going to include American, Christian, and Jewish holidays. I did not include Muslim holidays simply because I do not know enough about them to design for them, and I wouldn't want to mislead you with bad information, like some websites that choose to explain Jewish holidays in a wrong way, and I will elaborate more on that later. So we are talking American, Christian, and Jewish holidays, and while I will be going over the list of these holidays and their dates, I'm also going to be talking about the elements, the graphic elements of that holiday, the theme of that holiday, whether it's something like spiders for Halloween or something like the colors of Christmas. So we'll be going over that in the first section of the video. In the second section of the video, I will be talking about print-on-demand items that can pretty much go along with each and every single one of these holidays, or at least most of them. These print-on-demand items will be probably designed within the theme of the holiday, hence the first section of explaining the theme. In the third section, I will be going over products that might be specific. Print-on-demand products that are specific for Christmas. Print-on-demand products that are specific for Halloween. Print-on-demand products that are specific for New Year's or Veterans Day, by the way, and dive deeper into those. And in the fourth section, I will be giving out some marketing tips, some advice, I think some mindful or mindset tips and tricks to get you through Q4 with as many sales as you possibly can. There will also be a little bit of snippet at the end, maybe a mini section 5 for what to expect for Q1 that you need to start in Q4. But we do have a lot to cover, so let's hop on to part number 1 of this video, which is the holiday list for Q4 and their graphic design themed elements. As I said, we're going to be talking about Jewish holidays as well, and we have the Tishrei holidays. The Jewish calendar is a bit different than the Christian count or the Gregorian calendar, whichever you like to call it, and the months are not really the same as the Christian months. So in fact, the Tishrei holidays, which are Rosh HaShanah, Atonement Day, and Sukkot, can sometimes start in August, September, October, and in this case, they are starting at the end of September, with the 26th and 27th being Rosh Hashanah, which is the Jewish New Year. The blessing for the Rosh Hashanah of Happy New Year is Shana Tova, and the Jewish New Year kind of has some weird graphic elements to it when we're talking about, clip art or seamless patterns. We're talking about apple and honey because we have a tradition of taking a slice of apple, dipping it in honey, and eating that, so we will have a sweet, sweet year. So apples and honey boxes are quite of a big theme when it comes to everything relating to Rosh Hashanah. And even bees, sometimes you would see like a bee floating around the honey. I don't know why. We never really talk about bees in Rosh Hashanah. 2 other design elements that are really trending for Rosh Hashanah would be the head of a fish. Oh my god, yeah. If you're not Jewish, I'm guessing this would be really funny. I'm not pranking you. Really, a head of a fish and a pomegranate. And I actually tried searching for information online about this just to see what's out there. And when I typed in like, why do Jewish people eat the head of a fish throughout Rosh Hashanah, I found a website that literally said that we will be fruitful and multiply like the fish. And I'm like, no, that's the pomegranate. We eat the pomegranate so that we will be fruitful and multiply like the seeds of a pomegranate. The actual reason behind a fish, or more like, again, the head of a fish, is שנהיה לראש ולא לזנב, which means so that we will be a head and not a tail, like leaders and not followers. Yes, a head of a fish. I'm thinking about a pattern with the heads of fish for wrapping paper right now, so it's kind of funny. These are the elements of Rosh Hashanah, which again is on the 26th and the 27th. However, every Jewish holiday starts the day before, so it starts on the 25th of September. It might be too late to design a lot of the products for it if you're starting right now, but if you're doing printables, well, no time like the present because people have enough time to order it, as well as if you're working on platforms like Merch by Amazon that have a faster delivery, or ZAZZLE when it comes to selling to the US, the UK, and Australia, where they have ZAZZLE Black and really fast shipping. Right after that, at the beginning of Q4, we have Yom Kipur, which is Atonement Day, on October 5th. Yom Kippur, Atonement Day, is pretty much a day where up until this day, we need to ask for forgiveness. We need to ask for forgiveness for hurting other people. We need to ask for forgiveness from the man and his friend. We have 2 differentiation points of how we treat people when it comes to being Jewish. I think it's also kind of similar when it comes to being a good Christian, and that is how I treat my friends, which in that case is all mankind, or how I treat God. So the relationship between me and people and the relationship between me and God. So up until Atonement Day, I need to get things sorted with my relationship with people. I need to say that I'm sorry if I did something wrong, and I also have to forgive, because if I apologize to someone 3 times and they don't forgive me, that's on them. And during Atonement Day, the religious or the traditional Jewish people don't eat for 24 hours, don't drink for 24 hours, don't touch electricity, or do anything like that, as if it's an extended version of our Shabbat, which is the Saturday, and it's a very hard day. One of the blessings that we give to each other in Atonement Day is Gmar Chatima Tova, which translates roughly to finish good signing, which doesn't make much sense. However, it is told that during Atonement Day, God opens the book of life, and your name could be written in the book of the people who will live this year, or the book who will die. Your name will be signed in that book. So finish good signing is that you will be signed off for a good year and a year of life rather than a year of death or your last year. So that's something we do on Yom Kippur. When it comes to the graphic elements, we don't really have much about it other than the blessings. But I can definitely tell you that after working for a lot of media companies and a lot of IT companies, marketing for anyone who's Jewish throughout Yom Kippur is really frowned upon. It's a day of grieving, it's a day of sadness, it's a day of prayer, and it's a day where pretty much no one who's Jewish and observant will even see your ads because they're not going to be online. Next up, between October 10th and 17th, and actually even 18th, we have the Jewish holiday of Sukkot. Sukkot is a holiday where all Jewish people is sitting in a sukkah, which is supposed to be built from 4 stands and covered in palm leaves. And it's basically to remember the fact that we did not have a permanent home while we were fleeing Egypt. We only had temporary homes wherever we went. Jewish religious people will have a sukkah in their house, mostly in their balcony, and the rule is that it has to be open up to the sky. You have to be able to see the sky through the leaves, and you have to stay in the sukkah for 7 days. We do have some elements around this holiday. It's a lot of green, a lot of blooming. Even though it's not a spring holiday, it does have a lot of green, a lot of yellow, and we do decorate our sukkah with paper clippings and sort of ornaments for the sukkah to make sure that it's pretty, and kids generally get really excited about this. I remember Sukkot very well. It's one of my favorite Jewish holidays. One thing that we have to remember, and I literally had to write it down because I had no idea how to explain these things in English because I always celebrated Sukkot in Hebrew, but we do have the 4 species of Sukkot that are considered the elements, other than the actual sukkah, the actual build-up, which kind of also looks like a chuppah where you get married in, so it can kind of remind you of that. But we do have the 4 species that we celebrate while we're celebrating Sukkot, that we present these 4 species and we need to have them. The first is the etrog, which is kind of like a lemon, but not really a lemon. It's from the citrus tree, and it's a bit of a rough fruit. It really does kind of look like a lemon, but it's not a lemon. The second item we have is avula, which is a ripe frond from the date palm tree, which is a very long piece of, well, branch. We also have the adas, which are leaves from the myrtle tree, and the arava, which are branches with leaves from the willow tree. And we use them all together. We have to have them in the sukkah and hold them as we pray. I really don't know. I'm not that traditional, but these are the graphic elements that you might want to consider for the holiday of Sukkot. Next up, after that, we have October 31st with Halloween. And I don't think I need to really elaborate on Halloween that much. It's a holiday where people go trick-or-treating in really nice costumes and have really cool parties. And the theme for Halloween when it comes to graphic design is pretty much everything that is spooky. We have ghosts, we have spiders, we have animals dressed as other animals, we have bats, we have vampires at times, we have spooky castles, the moon, and generally speaking, we have a lot of the dark colors like black, but we also have some yellow, some orange, and a lot of purple and green. We also have witches and everything to do with, well, costumes and spooky theme, and it's kind of also one of my favorite holidays. We do also have this holiday in the Jewish calendar that's pretty much in March. It's called Purim, and more on that when that becomes relevant because it's not on Q4. After that, in November 11th in the United States, you have Veterans Day, which is a day to remember and to celebrate the death and the life of everyone who is serving or served in the United States Army. Throughout this holiday, if we're talking about symbols or graphic elements, everything to do with the army, of the United States. The main colors are red, blue, and white, based on the, well, flag of the United States. It is also celebrated with wreaths being placed on the tomb of the unknown soldier in Arlington. I do have to say that wreaths also come into play in Halloween as well as in Christmas, but I feel like it's really out there for Veterans Day. I have never celebrated Veterans Day in the United States. In Israel, it's a mourning day, the day that we celebrate our lost soldiers. It's a rough day with a standing ovation and crying and visiting cemeteries. So if any of you have celebrated Veterans Day and can give a bit of an input, you're welcome to do this in the comment section down below. I did hear a bunch of people saying that they're having a Veterans Day barbecue, which to me seemed weird, again, because we celebrate our veterans in a very depressing day. Next up after that, in November 24th, we have Thanksgiving, which is the day to give thanks for everything that you have. It's a day for family, for huge meals, for the big turkey in the middle of the table. Also pumpkins, which I forgot to mention for Halloween. We also have pies, we also have fillets, we also have wreaths, I think, and we also have everything to do with pilgrims, which I still find to be quite inappropriate, but it's still kind of cute to see a pilgrim hat on a turkey for some reason. Maybe I'm not really diverse in the history of that, and I feel like Thanksgiving has been the holiday that I know least about because I think it has the biggest controversy. But I do think that the biggest tradition of giving thanks during the holiday of Thanksgiving is something that I kind of relate to, since I don't know if you know, but gratitude has been a huge part of my life. Next up, between December 19th and 26th, we have Hanukkah, which is one of the holidays in the Jewish tradition that has like 4 different ways to spell it in English. I seriously don't get it. So many people spell Hanukkah in a different way. But Hanukkah is a holiday where we celebrate the fact that we got a miracle from God. I think it's most of our holidays. But in this case, that miracle is the miracle of the little oil can. The little oil can in a synagogue that was supposed to provide light and life, but it was so small. There were literally no oil cans left after an invasion, only one tiny one. But for some reason, that little oil can made light and gave fire for 8 days. That's why we celebrate 8 days of Hanukkah. Throughout the 8 days of Hanukkah, we light what it's called a Chanukiah, which is a bit different than a menorah. I think in English it would be a Hanukkah menorah. And that Chanukiah has 8 stands for 8 candles and a stand in the middle for the shamash, which is the candle that lights them all. We light every day 1 candle, and then 2, and then 3, until we reach 8. We also eat a lot of donuts, a lot of jelly-filled donuts. We play with a dreidel. That's kind of fun. I kind of miss a dreidel. I wish I could get a dreidel here to Bansko. I think I will order a dreidel on Amazon. Drifting off. And we also have the tradition of eating chocolate money. Well, chocolate that looks like coins. It's actually kind of fun. And we also give money during Hanukkah, and that's called like Hanukkah allowance. Usually it's from the parents to the kids or grandparents to the kids. So that's usually a holiday where we eat a bunch of donuts, like candles every day, and give money. Kind of like Jewish holidays when they're explained like this. In between Hanukkah, or at the end of Hanukkah, we have December 25th, which is Christmas. And I don't think that I have to explain, but Christmas with Christmas trees, with snowman, with generally snowflakes and snow. We have the Christmas ornaments. We have the mistletoe that you're supposed to kiss if you are under it. We have Christmas stockings. You have Santa and the Santa hat. You have any animal wearing a Santa hat and even a scarf in the colors of Christmas, which are usually white, green, and red. The Christmas holiday is also celebrated with cookies, especially I think gingerbread cookies, and a little bit of spice here and there, with symbols and graphics of hot, comforting drinks. Last but not least, the last day of the year, December 31st, is the New Year's Eve, celebrating the beginning of the new Gregorian Christian count year. And on that day, I feel like people take that day a bit not as serious as they should as a holiday, because I feel like December 31st opens up everybody's New Year's resolution and all that stuff. So that's pretty much of a big holiday to me, and I'll explain more on that when we get to specific products for holidays. But when it comes to the elements of the New Year's Eve, we're talking about literally the number of the new year, which is 2022 turning into 2023. We have glasses of champagne and champagne. We have a lot of luxurious items. I feel like we also have the snow elements from Christmas, but they will be more golden, more luxe, more celebratory and festive, and anything relating to celebration of a massive proportion, like wedding, but in gold. By the way, I did forget to say something very interesting. I did mention that for Jewish people, the new year starts in September, but that doesn't mean that on the 25th, 26th of September, it's going to be 2023. No, because the current Jewish year is 5,782, and it's going to be 5,783 next year. Grab a second and think about that. Before we move on to the second part of the video, I would like to kindly ask you that if you like this video or find this content useful, please hit the like button down below, because every time you do, it really does help my channel. And subscribe to my channel if you are not yet subscribed. So, moving on to the second part of the video, we have all of these holidays, they have all of these elements and colors, and they also have print-on-demand products that are probably going to trend for all of them. So this is what this part is about. We're going to talk about print-on-demand products that are going to trend for all of these holidays. The first one, as you can imagine, for any holiday is anything to do with greeting cards. So greeting cards and postcards and even envelopes when it comes to ZAZZLE are gonna trend in this holiday season. Even printable cards if you want to do something for Rosh HaShanah or for Sukkot. Next up, we have wall art to use to decorate your house for that specific holiday. I feel like it's sort of more like a painting or a theme kind of thing. I also feel like it might be really nice as printables for Halloween, so people can decorate their house for Halloween, because Halloween is relatively a short holiday, so I don't know how much money people would want to invest. And as I am talking about wall art, I'm also going to be talking about print-on-demand coloring wall art. There was a full video that I did using Awkward Styles and ZAZZLE showing print-on-demand coloring wall art. So if you can do a coloring page for Christmas, for example, or for Halloween, if you can do it in a big enough resolution, sell it on a piece of canvas or a poster, and have families sit together and color this together for the holiday season. Wrapping paper and tissue paper, because wrapping paper just goes along with every single holiday, I guess. People like to use themed wrapping paper, and when it comes to platforms, you have wrapping paper on Society6, which is pretty cool, and on multiple platforms, but my favorite one would have to be ZAZZLE. There was a full video about ZAZZLE wrapping paper showing you guys how to design their two different wrapping papers, whether it's the roll-up or the set of 3, as well as designing their tissue paper and showing off the quality of all 3 items. And even in the past few months, I feel like in the bundle box, I'm also including different pattern ratios that will be suitable for the ZAZZLE roll-up wrapping paper. So you can go ahead and check out the bundle boxes for Christmas or for Halloween if you want a little bit of inspiration to get you started with wrapping paper for ZAZZLE or for any other platform. Another product that is somehow trending, and I feel like no one is talking about it, is themed, like holiday themed, jigsaw puzzles. People can sit down and do jigsaw puzzles for Christmas on Christmas, do a jigsaw puzzle for Sukkot on Sukkot, and it's basically having a photo, whether it's a photograph or a design or an illustration or a painting that you did relating to that holiday, or even with that holiday blessing on a jigsaw puzzle. Mugs. Yep, mugs, I think, are for every holiday, pretty much, like my Rosh Hashanah mug, my Sukkot mug, or my Christmas mug, or a mug that has a recipe on it. We actually had a video, a design video idea tutorial for the recipe niche, and I recommend watching that one because, for example, you can have mugs with the eggnog recipe or something cool like that. Any holiday that has a meal involved can benefit from print-on-demand cutlery or plates, because ZAZZLE has like plastic plates and paper cups. So if we're talking about Veterans Day, we're talking about a lot of patriotic designs. We're also talking about designs for Christmas, for Halloween, for Thanksgiving, especially when it comes to kids' parties. So that could be a cool idea for all of these holidays, including again for Rosh Hashanah, Sukkot, or Hanukkah. Another product that I think will be trending is going to be blankets, because, well, we are entering the cold season and having themed blankets is always fun. I can definitely tell you that I'm having fun with my Halloween blanket all in advance, and I'm Jewish. Next up, for all of these holidays, we also have pet bandanas and pet clothing, because a lot of people like to dress up their pets when it comes to a specific holiday. Another product, not like a pet bandana, but also a human bandana, as well as a human tie, because a lot of people like to have a tie for Christmas or a tie for Halloween or a tie for Thanksgiving. It is kind of a quirky little item, and if you're looking for cool ties, you might be able to find them on ZAZZLE. There was a full video series about ZAZZLE in this channel if you haven't heard about ZAZZLE before, or if you're not yet on the platform. I think the 5th part was like 35 shop ideas, and I was like going over a lot of their products. They have over 1,500 print-on-demand products, so that's kind of brilliant. Moving on, stationery paper and notepads, again from ZAZZLE, which they also have stamps, like ink stamps, which is super, super awesome for this holiday season. We also have stickers and labels that people might want to put when they wrap a gift or put in their journal, as well as pillows, because we were talking about wall art, so a bit more decorative might be pillows for this holiday season. We also have everything relating to giving gifts to a host, and it doesn't have to be themed, but for example, ZAZZLE has a wine bottle bag, which could be really cool if you're going to an event and you want to give themed gifts for that host of that event. I think we also have like wine chillers on Society 6 and other cool products relating to the gifts that you might give to the people who are hosting you for this holiday season. Last but not least on this list, I also have ZAZZLE notebooks with the recipe interior, because you can easily create an exterior for that notebook that says, I don't know, the Andersons family Christmas traditional recipes or stuff like that. And if you're doing it for the Jewish holidays, you might want to do it for the whole Tishrei holidays and not just for Rosh HaShanah, Yom Kipur, and Sukkot individually, but for the entire thing. ZAZZLE recipe notebooks were mentioned in our recipe tutorial, but also in the ZAZZLE notebook video where I showed quality of some of the notebooks, and I will leave a link to both of these down below in the description. It could be an interesting thing to do with this holiday season, especially when ZAZZLE has so many products that can be customized with the text. So people can literally put in their own name on a recipe book or on any other item before ordering the product. If you do not know how to do that, I suggest watching ZAZZLE tutorial series part 4, where I spoke about personalizing items. While this list of items is pretty cool for all of these holidays, I would like to go over several print-on-demand items that might be targeting a specific holiday. For example, wall art for a kid to mark off the days till Christmas. That could be a nice touch. You can also check out Printful's print-on-demand flags for Veterans Day and do flags for the United States, flags for different divisions in the Army, or just flags for showing support in the fallen soldiers or the soldiers who are still fighting the good fight. When it comes to Halloween and Christmas, we also have print-on-demand candles that you can design the exterior of them to contribute to the holiday, whether it's a holiday greeting or a pattern relating to that holiday to create the holiday vibe within your home. Obviously, we also have print-on-demand ornaments, print-on-demand stockings, print-on-demand Christmas tree skirts, which I still don't know what that is. Still don't know what it is. I am supposed to get a print-on-demand gift for Christmas from Printful, so I might be able to show you some products. I have no idea what's in that box. They didn't tell me. They are not telling me. And I don't know when it's coming, but when it's coming, I'm going to open it with you guys, and maybe we can check out some cool print-on-demand products for Christmas from Printful. More on that obviously, when the package arrives. The next thing you can do is play around with all-over print clothing for specific holidays. For example, creating skeleton leggings or a skeleton hoodie, which people can literally wear the skeleton leggings and the skeleton hoodie as a costume to be a skeleton. We also have bathing suits and body suits, especially if I'm trying to think about baby. I'm wondering if anybody does like a baby all over print bodysuit. I should really check that one out. But we also have all those all over print hoodies or sweatshirts, so you can literally design an ugly Christmas sweater. I'm thinking about doing a t-shirt design that says I would wear an ugly Christmas sweater, but it's too hot here, or something like that. And I am definitely going to try to design an ugly Christmas sweater with you guys, so more on that later this month. We're also talking about calendars, and that's a print-on-demand product that's going to be trending in the next few months because people are getting ready for the new year, so print-on-demand calendars are definitely a thing to consider. Now, I did mention the fact that when it comes to the New Year's Eve, people think that New Year's Eve is like a one-day off holiday, and it's not actually that true. I mean, the New Year's Eve starts a lot of process in a lot of people's brain to start off the new year. With your New Year resolution, you want to learn new things, you want to try new things. So I do think that a lot of motivational and inspirational things are going to get sold, as well as educational anything, as well as planners. Because it's a new year and usually people buy planners either around August, September, or around the new year. So planner is another thing that's going to come into play here, as well as any joke about New Year's resolution. One more item that I would like to mention for Christmas is actually not themed by Christmas, because Christmas is technically the biggest shopping holiday of the end of the year. And the thing is that not all Christmas presents are relating to Christmas. Most of them are not. So I would take a deep dive into print on demand for hobbies, any kind of hobby, any kind of profession, and design for that. Because that would be a Christmas gift for people who like puzzles like this one. My Puzzle Queen t-shirt from TeePublic, which I adore and I sell so much of. I sell so much of my puzzle merch, it's ridiculous. But having Christmas gifts for developers, Christmas gifts for people who like skateboarding, Christmas gifts for people who like snowboarding, Christmas gifts for truck drivers, I don't know, think of any profession and any hobby, and you might find that these items would sell a lot better than the actual Christmas themed designs, simply because people are searching for gifts to give their loved ones that they can use for the entire year and not just for Christmas. I would kind of like to hear from you guys. What do you think is the best product for this holiday season, whether it's a targeted product for a holiday or a general product, in the comment section down below. If you've been doing print on demand for a few years, maybe share with us what sold best for you in the previous Q4, like Q4 of 2021, or which platform you found to be the best for this holiday season. But with that said, I think we're going to move on to the fourth part of the video, which is a little bit of tips, marketing ideas from me. Tip number one is about your mock-ups. Try to make sure that your mock-ups are fitting the holiday. Placeit has so many mock-ups, and if you actually go and check for like t-shirt mock-up Halloween, t-shirt mock-up Christmas, you'll find a bunch of those. I even used one of those in the video that I did yesterday and the day before that, and I posted this cute little girl that's like, she looks so cool wearing my t-shirt. That's actually from Placeit, and that's pretty dope. There is a link down below to join Placeit and check out for yourselves. I think they also have some freebies. I think they should have some freebies, and they do have a lot of these designs fitting for all year round. The second tip I want to give you is to educate your buyers on the fact that they have to start buying now. I mean, print-on-demand products takes time to be made and to be shipped, especially when so many people are ordering at the same time. And maybe the best time to buy something for Halloween is right now. Maybe the best time to buy all of those wrapping paper for Christmas is a month from now, and not to wait till the beginning of December to get something. Educate your buyers that now is the time to purchase items for the holiday season. Tip number 3. Just congratulate people. I mean, you have social media, you just put a post on Instagram. Merry Christmas from your brand. It's sometimes all you need to do. It doesn't always have to be relating to selling something to people. Just have your brand or you as an artist telling people Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever holiday you're celebrating. Number 4, if you have a blog, then write posts like the best Christmas gifts for your girlfriend, best Christmas gifts under a budget, Christmas gifts based on hobbies, best Halloween custom t-shirts and stuff like that. If you don't have a blog, you can also try doing these in Pinterest pins, and generally just do Pinterest. Number 5, post on social media about the meaning of a certain holiday or a quote relating to that holiday. And again, when I say post, I don't just mean graphics. It can also be a reel, it can also be a story, a video, whatever you want. But make sure to just talk about the holiday. Get people in the holiday spirit in advance or when the holiday is up and running. Just get people to feel like your page, your social profile, your brand is something to be followed more than just buy from me, buy from me, buy from me. Number 6, ask people questions. Is it going to be Thanksgiving? Ask people what they're thankful for. If it's going to be Christmas, then a month before, ask people, what would you have liked to get for Christmas as a child that you never got? Or what would you like to get for Christmas this year? Or even ask questions like, who is the hardest person in your life to do Christmas shopping for? The reason why I'm saying this is, one, there is a lot of information to get from that. A lot of information to get from people answering who's the hardest person to buy for. Maybe you literally have a product to fix their problem. And number two is, when you ask a question and you're not selling anything, people have the instinct to answer, which gets more engagement into your social media profile, which gets all of your posts get more traffic too. Tip number 7 is all about holiday sales and coupon codes. Now, if you have your own Etsy store, or if you are running your own store using Shopify or WooCommerce, then be mindful about creating coupons for different holidays because people will be expecting it. If you're not selling on your own shop and you are on a marketplace, make sure to follow up on their deals, because ZAZZLE will have a discount for Halloween, ZAZZLE will have a discount for Christmas, Redbubble will have a discount for Christmas. All of these platforms are going to be giving coupon codes and discounts for the holiday season. If you are selling on TeePublic, then you should know, if you haven't seen the Halloween video, that every single product that you upload onto TeePublic, every single design, becomes automatically discounted for the first 72 hours. So make sure to mention that discount on your social media. Number 8, November 25th is Black Friday. We also have some Cyber Monday coming after that, and it feels like the entire month of November has become Black Friday. In any case, Black Friday is another holiday to commemorate, to give special discounts in, and to follow up on. And I do have to say that I'm working on a special Black Friday video for you guys, for print-on-demand designers, sellers, even printable sellers online. And I'm going to take like a bunch of deals that I find online, because a lot of different tools are having insane discounts for Black Friday. I can tell you that the Wacom tablet that I bought a few years ago, I bought it in Israel during a Black Friday sale, and it was like 80% cheaper than the normal price. It was insane. So more on that when we reach Black Friday. I think a few days before that, I will go over different platforms and services and products that are going to be discounted for Black Friday for you guys to use, including a special Black Friday sale from Maytribe for me. Number 9, try to prepare your post in advance. I mean, you do know that Halloween is coming, you know that Christmas is coming, you do know every single holiday where you want to greet people. So take an hour or two and sit down right now and design those posts, design those videos, and even try to upload them in advance and schedule them for the proper timing on that platform. It will save you a lot of time after that. Trust me. Tip number 10, don't try to do all of it. Don't try to do all of it. I don't think it's possible to design all products for all holidays, for all hobbies, for all people, for all religions. I don't think it's possible, and I think that it's exhausting. And so please try to just narrow it down to what you want to focus on and run with that. Don't try to grab too much. You'll end up grabbing nothing. Number 11, be honest with your clients on when things are going to arrive. And that's true for people with an Etsy store, a Shopify store, and check with your supplier, again, the shipping times, because even if something takes a certain amount of time to be produced by Printful, for example, and to be shipped, that amount of time can change throughout a holiday season where everyone is ordering. Make sure to specify when an item is going to come, and please don't try to sell people something to get for Christmas if they will not be getting it for Christmas. They're just going to get pissed off at you. Number 12, create your own calendar of when to start designing what, when to promote what. This is literally something that I'm doing for myself. Create that calendar for yourself. Take a moment, either on a physical notebook that you have, or download a calendar online and write down the holidays that you want to focus on, and then when do I need to post something? When do I need to post a sale? When do I need to make a coupon code? When is there a sale on my platform? When do I need to post Happy Halloween to my viewers? Again, probably, Halloween, October 31st. When do I need to make these designs? When do I need to upload them? When do I have time to sit on mock-ups? Make a calendar for the entirety of the next 4 months and put it down. Otherwise, you'll end up just missing out on stuff. And the last tip I have to give you, tip number 13, is kind of relating to the shiny new thing syndrome, which is going to have a video all on its own. And that is, whenever we have a trend or holiday, try to do it in your style. I mean, if you have an entire design style or a shop dedicated to cats, make cats for Christmas, cats for Halloween, a cat with a Hanukkah menorah. Do anything with cats. Take your own design style, take your own design elements and the thing that you bring into your shop, and just Christmas it, Hanukkah it, Halloween it. Try to do it within your own style, because if there is something you like hockey, like cats, like chess, trust me, other people like it too. And I kind of want to design a chess piece with a Santa hat on it now. There will be a lot more videos targeting different holidays. We have Halloween Part 3 coming up with specific marketing tips for Halloween. I think it's tomorrow. I'm also going to do a full video about KDP books. I think KDP books for Q4 is going to be interesting, as well as printables, which is actually kind of similar to KDP books in many cases. So there are a lot more videos coming up regarding these holidays with print on demand. I will do a full print on demand Hanukkah tutorial, a full one, and a lot of Christmas videos, whether it's KDP, printables, print on demand, so much more to look forward to in this month. We are now in September and we're talking about what to design for December, which makes sense. But what you're forgetting is that in the beginning of next year, we also have holidays. I mean, we talked a little bit about this whole New Year's resolution, but we are also talking about Valentine's Day, which is in February 14th. And if people are starting to buy things for that a month in advance or 2 weeks in advance, then yes, you probably need to spend time throughout the month of December to design for Valentine's Day or to think about Valentine's Day and Valentine's Day marketing. So I recommend to not just look at the list of holidays we have during Q4. I recommend also looking at the list of holidays that you will have for the first quarter of 2023. And again, everything I just said now is relevant to Americans, to Christians, and to Jewish people. If you're Muslim, design for Muslim holidays. There is a demand for Muslim, Jewish, Buddhist, and Christian holidays all year long. Design for what you know best. I would also recommend trying to Google holidays in the United States, holidays in Canada, holidays in Australia, holidays in the UK, and adding them to your calendar as you go along to not miss out on any opportunities to make money from print on demand and make someone happy this holiday season. I do not have many goodbye words at this point. I do know that there are many videos coming up regarding Q4 and these holidays, as well as other videos like, for example, print on demand companies that I will not be working with, and a company that is breaking the law that I think a lot of us know, and it's kind of pissing me off. As well as a lot of videos that you guys have been asking for, like how to digitize your sketches, the shiny new thing syndrome, finally, as well as print on demand watercolor designs, which I plan to do with Christy O'Connor, artist Christy O'Connor, who's been here on this channel before. But before I wrap up this video, I would like to share with you guys someone who is also having a bit of a holiday today, and that's my dad, because that's his birthday. And he actually visited yesterday in Bansko. We sat down in the balcony with my dad, a friend of him, and Misho. I think my dad was really happy to see Misho, even more than I did. He brought us a bunch of snacks from Israel. He stopped by for a couple of hours because he was vacationing in Greece. And it's been pretty awesome seeing him for his birthday. I even gave him a puzzle for his birthday, of course, because we're both puzzle heads. You see, it doesn't even have to say happy birthday on it. It was actually a puzzle of, wait, this fish on a puzzle. That was pretty dope. So happy birthday to my dad. But with that being said, that was it from me for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have an amazing beginning to Q4. Go ahead, design whatever you want. And as usual, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!